Hello, really well beings. Dr. Bartier here with a very brief video about something called the clangers, which I heard in a talk by Dr. Phil Hammond, who is a local Bath GP who also you've probably seen on various TV shows and does a very good stand-up comedy show. And he was talking about the clangers, which is kind of like a checklist. So it's a little thing you can go through each day, which is a bit like your 5 a day, except it's 8 a day, where you can see if you can achieve any of those things on that list, you will be nurturing the best in yourself. And there's strong evidence for each of these parts. So I thought I might invite you to see if you can get at least one of these in each day, and perhaps each morning. Just plan and see if you can get one of these in. The first one is, the clangers is an acronym. This one's not mine this time, and it goes through connect, learn, be active, notice, give, eat well, relax well, and sleep well. So if you can do each of these things well, so if you put well on each of them, and what I might suggest is perhaps give yourself a little task to see if you can get through all of those clangers within 2 weeks. So maybe pick one a day. So the first one is connect. So see if you can connect with your community or in a relationship with someone with a degree of quality. So I call it quality time. So even if it's just text a friend today, or give them a call, or just stop and say hello to someone, or smile at someone maybe when you're in the shops, just that instant of quality of attention and connection. That fuels part of our physical need to be part of a tribe and really changes the way our body feels. And the next bit is learn, the innate desire of humans to master and develop, and perhaps set out each day to plan to learn one thing, and at the end of the day celebrate that one thing that you've learned, and every day you'll learn something new. Today you've learned about the clangers, so big tick. The next one is about being active. And so if you can set out, our bodies are designed to be used and put to use. So can you be active with your body, giving the attention to your body? So most of us, when we set out to do a task, we think about the task and kind of forget about the activity or the entity that's within us. Can you do something? So I call it joyga. It's something that brings joy into our system when we're doing it. So, for example, I'm just going to do something active now, which is called row, row, row the boat. So I'm going to give the attention to my body, and I'm literally going to do several squats during the course of singing that song. So here we go. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. And there we go. I've got my body active, my pulse is beating a bit faster, I've activated my core and my glutes, and I got to sing a song. And that's being active. The next one is N for notice. So it's the art of simply noticing and being present. Many people think meditation is some kind of magic, where it's something we do all the time, where we have a kind intention to focus our attention on one thing and have a degree of open awareness. So releasing any kind of judgment, suspending judgment even, and simply noticing it and being washed through with it. So we can do it something so simple within 3 breaths and just noticing your body. So I'm just going to do it now as an example. So I'm going to count down from 3, 2, 1, release. And so release. And that was noticing. You can do it with anything, like noticing the flowers, noticing the beautiful clouds, noticing a smile on someone's face. The next thing is giving. And there's very strong evidence that our physiology changes when we feel a sense of abundance inside ourselves to the point that we can give. whether we give ourselves a break or an act of kindness, nice person, or we give it to someone else, perhaps even picking up a piece of litter and holding the whole planet with loving kindness in your hands before you put it where the bit of litter needs to go. Any act of kindness, or rather, as my brother taught me, no act of kindness is wasted. It also changes our brain chemistry, and then we notice more abundance and we're more receptive and more creative in our minds. The next thing is about eating well, and simply giving attention to what you're eating is sufficient. I'm going to do another video about eating well, which includes adding, nourishing, dispersing and surrendering, which is part of a quartet. But for the sake of today, I'll just say, if you can just simply give some loving attention to what you're eating and how it affects your body, that's plenty. Similarly, we are designed to have ups and downs in our days and ups and downs in our bodies. And it's really important for us to be functional and focused, that we have periods of rest. It changes, again, our body physiology. It allows it to reboot, as well as particularly something to do with dopamine release and something to do with flow science. Our performance significantly improves. And so a good time to rest is in those natural transition points. So a good time to do it is perhaps after a meal. So I lie semi-supine after a meal, or perhaps just before you're about to mark on something. So I pause and take a breath and rest before I drive in my car. Just a couple of examples, but booking it in, because it is important and it will improve your productivity in the day. And the next part is sleeping well, which is absolutely crucial in us, and all life sleeps or rests well. We nourish, and so if there's anything you want to achieve, sleeping well is really important. Not just the quantity, which ideally for us is thought to be above 8 hours, so giving yourself a degree of redundancy, aiming for 9 is brilliant, and also the quality, so the depth with which you sleep. And if your entire day was set up so that you could sleep peaceably at night, that would be a very successful day. I hope that's all right, sharing Dr. Phil Hammond's clangers, which I might suggest you set out to see how many of those you can tick in a day. Do let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear from you. Bye for now.